Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandria. I am a registered nurse and a freelance health content writer. And today I'm going to be talking about payment issues as a freelance writer. I started this channel with the intent of teaching other nurses and other healthcare professionals about how easy it really is to step into freelance writing. And yeah, hopefully you guys are finding this material helpful because I wish that I would have had this when I started. So here we go. So I wanted to talk to you guys about payment issues because I know that I've had some experience with this. So I don't think I've really broken down in any of the videos my experience. So let me rewind. I became a freelance writer in 2022. I started my business, authored by AJP, while I was in the middle of my PhD studies. And as soon as I got my first clients, I was so excited. I had went to a conference and I think I landed four clients at once, and I had all this time to practice my pitches, and I had met with my mentor in journalism, and we kind of got to practice, do a practice run of all of my pitching. And it was also an opportunity to meet other editors who I didn't think I'd ever get the chance to meet. And they want to talk to you, they want to have you write for them, especially when you tell them that you're a registered nurse or some other healthcare professional. Anything with a license, or anyone with a license who's interested in health journalism, in healthcare content or health content writing, editors are just going to eat you up. They're going to love the idea of working with you because of your license and your background and your experience in direct patient care or patient care services of some sort, whatever that looks like. And so I got my first few clients, and I think probably within 6 weeks of getting all of those clients, I had assignments and due dates. And due dates come and go. You sign your contracts before you start writing. And I remember one of the first assignments that I got was with a client that I'm actually still with now, and their pay was fine. Gave me great opportunities to kind of get my feet wet in content writing and understand, what type of writing I wanted to get into and kind of where I might be fitting. And they paid so fast. I mean, I think within 2 weeks, I had gotten my first paycheck. I was so excited. Like, oh, this is how easy it is. And I just assumed, and I know I had heard from other people that it's not this quick, things are not this easy, but I had assumed that each client would be like that. I'd turn in my assignment within 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever, 3 weeks max, I'd be paid. Yeah, that's not the situation for everyone. So I had another client where I believe it took about a month to get paid. And let me back this up. So what happens when you become a freelance writer? You are not necessarily on the payroll, but 9 times out of 10, HR will say, we need a contract. We need some type of agreement that you're going to work for us and do however many assignments in the course of a year or a month or whatever it is. And, we're going to fill out the W-9 form. You're going to start, or you're going to attach a blank check to your W-9 and any other onboarding paperwork that they want you to do. And then what happens is you get your first assignment after you've been cleared by HR. You work with your editor to get the perfect version of the article that they want before it goes out. The article gets published. Everybody is promoting it everywhere. You can promote it everywhere. And then, yeah, it's time to get payment. So what'll happen is most of the time you'll send out an invoice, and some clients will have their own system for invoices. So they'll say, go to this portal, put in all the articles that you wrote, put in how much we agreed would be the payment, and then submit, and you're done. Very easy, easy peasy. That's actually one of my clients that was the one that paid so fast. They have their own process. It's not like that everywhere. So you have other clients, like for example, I have 2 clients that are under the same parent company. So for example, they both required me to submit an invoice on a very similar sheet of paper. And one moves a little bit differently than the other, believe it or not. Each of them will say that it takes somewhere between 30 up to 45 days past the invoice receipt date for payment. And you think to yourself, wait, what? That sounds crazy. But that's just what it is in certain spaces. And so one client managed to pay me within that 30 to 45 day cycle, and the other one took a few months. And I can laugh about it now, but I'm telling you guys this because there were pieces, the ball was dropped in certain areas, and I didn't want to, I guess, ruffle feathers to get paid. And I should have. I definitely should have, because it wouldn't have taken 3 to 4 months for me to get a check off of one article that I had written. And imagine if I had written, 4 or 5 articles, how long it would have taken to get paid for those. Now, I will say that the process of getting paid after the first cycle, it does typically get easier. Most companies will pay you somewhere between 15 and 30 days after submitting an assignment and having submitted your invoice, right? There is a system with most companies, so I don't want you guys to be too alarmed by my experience, but I know that if I had something like that for an experience, I'm probably not alone, and other people have had that experience too. So I want to make sure that I give you guys some tips on how to avoid that so that you're not sitting here waiting 3 to 4 months after you submitted an assignment to get paid. It's not worth your time. So I want to make sure that I preface or that I say how important it really is to check your contracts. Yeah, there are definitely contracts out there that don't have a pay schedule. If they don't have a pay schedule, then it's up to you to ask your editor or your client exactly what it is. And don't be afraid to wait until you get the answers before you sign the contract. So check your contracts. Also, I know this can be a little bit tough for people to hear, but it's really important to just be patient. Sometimes the onboarding process, it just moves slow. Sometimes human resources and the processing of paperwork just moves a little bit slow. That doesn't mean that the client doesn't want to work with you. It doesn't mean that someone's being unprofessional necessarily. It just means that as you're onboarding and getting through being a new hire, things move slow. I mean, I've gone through that with my day job, with my job as a research fellow, right? I mean, I just got an email yesterday about a training that I had done 2 months ago, and they're telling me, oh no, we don't have it. So I submitted them a certificate as proof that I had done it. Oh, well, we can't be sure that it was you, and you're just gonna have to wait until we run our report again to be sure that we have everything we need as proof that you did it. So I'm saying all of that, you guys, to say that, hey, like, you never know what the onboarding process will look like. And sometimes things happen. I will say, if someone is giving you a tough time with getting paid, then this is one of those areas, one of those times where you need to evaluate just how badly you want to work with that client. And it's tough, right? In the beginning, we're always thinking about getting paid, getting our name out there, increasing our visibility, getting our content out to our target readers. And yeah, pay is important. And sometimes things just happen. However, after you've given someone what you feel is an appropriate amount of grace, if there's still an issue with payment, then you may need to think about just how much you want to continue your relationship with that client. That's all I have on payment issues, y'all. Please leave a comment below if you have some of your own experiences with getting paid in the freelance writing space that you want to share. And as always, if you like what you hear, please subscribe.